You can clearly see all the clusters. They're just all wrapped up with tree branches and that some kind of silk thread that they use to hold the tree branches together, and they're supporting them to be off the ground and held up by trees. Those sacks are full of alien organisms, and look at the size of them. Look at how many. They're on every single tree, and each tree alone has hundreds of these things. There's one that's pulsing. You can clearly see it pulsing. Yeah, those things are just growing in there, and eventually they hatch. And when they hatch, they turn into a very large insect type entity. And it's not the insects you're thinking about. These are very intelligent and sophisticated insects. And they're not your little ant or a fly that you would normally think of insects. These are highly intelligent and very large. If they're that large in their embryonic size, think of how big they are in real life when they grow to full adulthood. I've seen them 50 feet long and about 10 feet wide, some of them. I even have pictures of them. Take a look at my video, the black helicopter. And that's an insect, it's no helicopter. That'll tell you what size they are. And I've seen them even bigger than that, the size of jet planes. You can clearly see that that thing is alive. And it's glowing, and if it was night you would really be able to see the glow, but then you wouldn't be seeing all the other clusters around it because the glow blocks them out. But look at all those clusters. You can clearly see that those are living organisms and that they are not any kind of street light or anything like that. This is in the middle of the woods. There is no street light anywhere in sight. Notice how they're moving all the branches? There's no wind whatsoever. And look at them move those branches into position where they need them to support that egg sac. And look at the size of the egg sac. I'm going to back off. Look at the size of those egg sacs. I mean, we're talking like 30 to 50 feet long, full of eggs, or at least embryonic stage alien entities. And they are insect type species. The trees are full of them. Look at all those sacs hanging from the trees all over the place. And that's just one little clump of trees. When you go into the woods, the whole thing is full of them. Too bad that's private property and I don't have a pass to get on there. It's a part of a golf course. And they call the cops every time you try to go in without the pass. Because they don't want this to scare people away. But shit, these things when they start being adult, they're going to be scaring people away, no doubt about it. They won't need a video to scare them. They'll be seeing these things live and right in front of them. There'll be no more golf there. Even people with a pass will not bother going because they'll be scared to go. Look at those, they're glowing. This is in bright sunlight. And look, you can see them glowing right there. Those right there, they're glowing. Okay, so this is some kind of cold fusion. that they're able to create from electromagnetic energy. They use electromagnetic energy, they use all kinds of energy, but everything is converted into electromagnetic energy, no matter what kind of energy they take from any other source. They convert everything to electromagnetism, and that's the way they operate. And these are on 24/7, they never go out. If those go out, others take their place. There's always glowing clusters because they accelerate those other particles that are all around that normally don't glow. They replenish them with energy and they recharge them so that they can maintain their velocities. Look at how many of them are glowing. All of those. And this is really starting to be too much. Whoever doesn't think that's happening, I feel sorry for you, because you're gonna get a rude awakening when these things start crawling and flying around all over the place. They'll be in your house soon. Look at the size of those clusters. And that whole thing, that whole tree is all wrapped up in some kind of a web where they've bent tree branches to support them so that they're not all the way on the ground. They need them up a few feet off the ground for some reason. It's just like insects hanging cocoons off branches. They don't put them on the ground because other animals can eat the larvae, so they put them up high and they watch them. They don't leave the larva on its own like some insects do. They actually parent them and watch them. Look at all those clusters there. Look at them all. And that's no hologram. Those are the real thing. Just look at all those in that little section. And that's right next to somebody's home. That's a neighborhood right there behind the golf course. Just thousands and thousands of these sacks all over. And this is just a small little part and section of Toronto. I mean, imagine how many there must be in places like Hyde Park and other large parks around here that I can't see from here.